Good morning, everyone. Thank you for gathering. My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the United States Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today, we are announcing campaign finance, bribery, and conspiracy charges against Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. As the indictment alleges, Mayor Adams engaged in a long-running conspiracy in which he solicited and knowingly accepted illegal campaign contributions from foreign donors and corporations. As we allege, Mayor Adams took these contributions even though he knew they were illegal. And even though he knew these contributions were attempts by a Turkish government official and Turkish businessmen to buy influence with him. We also allege that the mayor sought and accepted well over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits from some of the same foreign actors who arranged many of the illegal campaign contributions. These benefits included free international business class flights and opulent hotel rooms in foreign cities. The mayor had a duty to disclose these gifts on his annual public disclosure forms so that the public could see who was giving him what. But as we allege, year after year after year, he kept the public in the dark. He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them. We allege that Adams accepted these benefits knowing that they were given to him because of his position. And in exchange for some of those improper benefits, he intervened in the New York City Fire Department's inspection process for a building owned and operated by the Turkish government.
Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. What I just played was about 1:38 of what came out on Fox 5 earlier today about New York's Mayor Adams being indicted, okay, on how can I say, plethora of charges, okay. This information actually came out yesterday, but while I was making my last video, which I want to talk to you guys about in a little while, this had came out as breaking news. So a lot more information is coming out today, and as you can see, that Mayor Adams was actually part of a scam, a scheme, or whatever you want to call it, okay, with Turkish officials, okay, to find favor, to do them favors, okay, and in turn they did, you know, they showered him with gifts, basically, okay. Now, there's a lot that I got to show you in this video, so bear with me, because it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a good one. But I just want to, before I continue, I just want to throw a couple of words in and say that I wonder, okay, if the district attorney, okay, I wonder if Alvin Bragg knew about this. I wonder if Chuck Schumer knew about this. I wonder if Fannie Willis knew about this, Jack Smith, Biden, Harris. I wonder who exactly knew about this. Okay, and the reason why I say that, it's because it's so funny, and I don't know if anybody's been noticing lately, the past 6-7 months, everybody on the left has been, actually more than 7 months, okay, the past year and a half, excuse me, everybody on the left has been trying to basically throw things at Trump so they can stick, dragging him through the court system, costing him tens of millions of dollars, and yet we see that more and more people on the left, their wicked deeds are coming to light, okay? And I'll explain as we go, because it just seems like what a lot of people say, which is that the left like to project onto other people just to cover their misdeeds, their wicked ways, their corruption, they're actually right. Okay? And once again, okay, you have the left eating themselves, but also trying to spin it all around and have people talk on their behalf. And there's something very interesting that somebody said on behalf of Mayor Adams that I'm going to point out, okay? And once I point it out, I wonder if people like on The View, Rachel Maddow, MSNBC, CNN, and the rest of them, I wonder if they're going to feel the same after I point it out. I wonder if they're going to feel the same towards Donald Trump. Okay? So this is going to be a good one, people. Stick with me. But before I continue, I just want to thank all my new subscribers and all my subscribers here on YouTube and on Rumble. So don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, pass the channel around. And if you can help support the channel, there's a link in my description to my Cash App and my merch store. And also I'll be leaving a link to Loza Alexander's Gifts and Go campaign in the description. If you guys can help by donating and helping him and or leaving words of encouragement and prayer. It's all greatly appreciated. So with that being said, also one more thing, towards the end of the video, I want to show you guys something about a video that I dropped, so you guys can see what I've been saying, just to show you guys more proof of excuse me, of something in particular. But when we get to that, I'll point it out. So with that being said, on this, we're going to watch a few more minutes of this video, and then I'm going to show you some other stuff that's been going on. And you know, I don't want to say that I feel gleeful inside, because it's actually wrong, okay, to try to have like that, like feel happy that somebody's getting in trouble. Okay, I'm not happy. Okay, but I will say that there is a sense of I guess redemption, I guess you can say, some sort of redemption, okay, or something along that line. I can't really put, you know, the thought together of what I feel, but I'm definitely not gleeful, okay, because, you know, with everything that's been going on in just New York alone, the last thing New Yorkers need, okay, is for somebody like Mayor Adams to fall flat on his face, okay, after all the lies he's been telling New York. Now this scandal's coming out, okay, and it's like you basically just spit in everybody's face in New York. But the truth is coming out, okay, the truth is coming out. So with that being said, let's continue.
Allowing it to open even though it had not passed the fire inspection. The corruption alleged in the indictment is, as I said, long-running. As we allege in the indictment, Adams' solicitation of illegal campaign contributions began in 2018. After he started raising funds for his 2021 mayoral campaign, he agreed to take contributions offered by multiple Turkish businessmen, several of whom he met in Turkey. Adams knew that these wealthy individuals could not legally donate in a U.S. election. Federal law clearly prohibits foreign donations. That's how we protect our elections from foreign influence. Yet Adams directed his staff to pursue this illegal money to support his campaign for mayor. And as we allege, Adams continued to pursue foreign money in secret well into 2021. And it didn't stop with his first campaign for mayor. As we allege, in 2023, the mayor rekindled these corrupt relationships, seeking more illegal campaign contributions from some of the same foreign sources to support his re-election campaign. Adams also took contributions that broke other laws. As we allege, he sought contributions from businessmen far in excess of what the law allowed.
Okay, now I got to jump in real quick. So this man is saying that this goes back all the way to 2018. Continued in 2021, continued up to 2023. So this whole time, okay, that New York was throwing the book at Trump with bogus charges and all kinds of bullshit, one of their own, okay, was actually in the middle of corrupt dealings. You can't make this up, people. You can't just make this up. You know, I watch a lot of content when I have, you know, when I'm doing research and stuff, and a lot of the content that I look at, for as much as it pisses me off, is a lot of content done by leftist channels. Okay, Midas Touch, whoever the case is. Okay, they are so quick to jump on Trump that, you know what, that if Trump decided not to run for president, they will probably lose their channel, because all they do is smear Trump all day, every day. And it's been going on since 2016. Okay? As a matter of fact, I checked out 3 channels, okay, that I was like, where did these guys come from? Okay, and when did they start? Okay, one of the channels, okay, the guy started out putting out guitar music lessons. And then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, he totally flipped the script from literally from one video to the next, started ranking on Trump, and it's been non-stop. So what you get is a bunch of grifters on the left that keep pushing a narrative, trying to make Trump look guilty as sin. But meanwhile, some of those guys are in New York, live in New York, okay, and they totally ignore what Eric Adams was doing, knowing that he's been investigated for years now. Okay? So they say that Trump has bad dealings when he started campaigning in 2015 to get the presidency in 2016. But 2 years after that, Mayor Adams has started his wicked dealings, and they just ignore it. And here we are. Now the question is, in my opinion, why is all this information coming out now? Why are people on the left who went against Trump, why are they falling? I'm asking a serious question, because if you think about it, it's like, okay, could it be that now the truth is coming out to light? Of course. Or is there something more nefarious? Because when it comes to the Democrat Party, they eat their own. They throw each other under the bus. Okay? So besides Eric Adams falling, because he is falling, okay, besides Fannie Willis falling, because that whole situation's a debacle, Alvin Bragg, that whole situation's a debacle, Jack Smith, that situation's a debacle, okay? It just seems like there's no end. And it's like, so all this time, all you people had corrupt dealings in the background. You're all going to court now. You're all getting indicted in some way, shape, or form, or being put on the stand and being pointed at now. And it's like, okay, so who's the one that's letting all this happen? Does anybody understand where I'm coming from? Because I have to think that, you know what, it's the Lord God Almighty that is showing, okay, the wickedness of what's going on the left. You know, a lot of people say that Trump is not a good person to be president. Did it ever occur to anybody that God is using Trump in order for more wicked people to come out the woodwork, because they're projecting themselves on him and onto his supporters, and now all their wicked dealings are coming out, are coming to light? I tend to believe that. And or, like I said, there's somebody else on the higher up that's trying to protect themselves, okay, and letting all these people that were going after Trump after they chose them to go after Trump, now they're letting them fall to protect themselves from a bigger scandal coming out. Only one person rings a bell and one situation rings a bell. But I'll digress on that for now. Let's continue.
He also allegedly sought contributions from corporations, which are not allowed to contribute at all in New York City elections. Many of those illegal corporate contributions were organized by the same people who organized the illegal foreign contributions. And Adams allegedly disguised them all in the same way, by accepting the money through so-called straw donors. A straw donor contributes someone else's money, hiding the money's illegal source, such as a foreign businessman, a corporation, or a wealthy New Yorker who has already contributed the maximum amount allowed.
Does that kind of sound familiar, people? On last night's video that I showed, where Darrell Asa was questioning one of the Senate's confirmation secretaries of how they're funneling money from what they take the taxpayer money, funnel it from one corporation to another corporation, and then they use that money, it gets all the way to South America, and then they start helping illegal immigrants to come into America. Sound familiar? Why is it that every single time when one of these scandals comes up, 99% of the time it only pertains to the Democrats doing it? Okay? They launder and they scheme so much, but yet what do? They project it onto the right. They project it onto the man of the hour, Donald Trump. They project it onto his people, but yet it's them that are doing it. Okay? I want to see all you leftist New Yorkers leave me a damn message now about Donald Trump. Because as it stands, they tried to indict him so many times, and yet those cases are falling apart. Okay? And I know what you're going to say, because I'm going to show a clip of exactly what you people are going to say. But like I said, when I show the clip, then the same should fall suit to Donald Trump. But let's continue.
And as we allege, Adams circumvented all of these laws, taking contributions from exactly the sources the law prohibits, all to benefit his mayoral campaigns. Now, Adams also personally benefited from the illegal conduct alleged in the indictment. Adams solicited and accepted over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits for years from wealthy Turkish business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. Adams started accepting undisclosed luxury travel benefits at least as early as 2016. He took these benefits nearly every year through 2021. Here are some of the benefits that we uncovered during our investigation. In 2016, Adams flew to India through Turkey and received 2 free round-trip upgrades for business class seats. That's the highest class on Turkey's national airline. Those upgrades were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2017, Adams accepted free business class tickets for himself and his travel companions to France, Turkey, and China. And he was put up in the Bentley suite in the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul. All of that was worth more than $41,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. Also in 2017, he flew to China, again, through Turkey, and accepted 2 free business class tickets for himself and a companion. Those were...
Excuse me, did he say that a Democrat mayor from New York flew to China and got pampered with gifts? But wait a minute, I thought that everybody on the left is saying that Trump is in bed with China. So you got the Biden administration that's in bed with China. You got Mayor Adams that's in bed with China. You got AOC who's in bed with the Socialist Party in Chile. Okay, you had Hillary Clinton in 2016 saying that it was Russian bots working out of Ukraine that were trying to help Trump win the presidency, but yet it was actually Hunter Biden working with Burisma and all those other companies in Ukraine, and Biden knew about it, and he was getting money, so they were getting money from China, Ukraine. I mean, it's just so damn ironic that everything they've been accusing Trump of, in some way, shape, or form, okay, these leftist politicians are the ones inside, behind closed doors, making all these deals. And yet, again, they'll go and point everything, saying that Trump's the one doing it, Trump's the one doing it, the Republicans are doing it. And yet, all these Democrats, okay, their ugly faces are being shown.
Were worth more than $16,000. and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2018, he flew to Hungary through Turkey and accepted free upgrades for business class seats. Those were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed.
Of course not.
In
I'm going to end it right there because there's a lot to this, and I have a couple of videos. But now you get the gist of what's going on. This is just the beginning. Let's see what New York's darling has to say about this. Here we go.
Right now, I think this is squarely about Mayor Adams' ability to govern New York City and for the New York City governance to be fully staffed to serve the people of New York City. And frankly, under this constant stream of scandal, I do not know if the city will be able to even name replacements for all of these resignations and vacancies at this point. And so it is a very unfortunate time. We do not want to see this happening in our city, but unfortunately it is. And I think for the best of the city, and so that we can continue to staff the administration of the city, it would be best for Mayor Adams to step aside.
Okay, you heard what she said, right? She doesn't think it's great, it's this, it's that, blah, 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 blah. You know what's so funny about AOC? Okay? That for years, California has been talking about major break-ins in predominantly rich neighborhoods by gangs of people from Chile, Chilenos, okay, disguised as postal workers, Amazon workers, electricians, plumbers, whatever the case is. They go and scope the place out, and when the owners are not home or on vacation or wait for the weekend, they go and break in. They take whatever goods they can, they sell it out in the streets or wherever they're going to sell it. They send the money home. But they do it while coming here on tourist visas and I believe definitely tourist visas, and I think one of them they said business visas. Okay? But yet AOC last year went to Chile to meet with, okay, their president, who is a socialist. They're under socialist dictatorship in Chile. And she went there supposedly on a campaign trip to help the populace, of things that they can do for the populace in Chile. But the whole time, while she's dealing with a socialist, they have people coming to America, breaking the law, committing crimes. She's from New York. Mayor Adams is flying around the world, okay, doing business with the Turkish and maybe the Chinese. Can't make this up. Can't make this up, people. It's all there. Okay, and if nobody believes me about AOC, look it up. It's there. So it makes you wonder, once again, why were they all attacking Trump? Because they're trying to hide their dirty deeds. Okay? Now, some people are going to say, well, this has nothing to do with Trump. No, this really doesn't have anything to do with Trump because these are their own problems. Okay? But I find it very ironic that Mayor Adams, during the town hall meeting, that had nothing to do with Trump. Well, you know what? I'm just going to play the video so like that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. Now, there's a lot to this video. This woman that's speaking literally gets up to ask Mayor Adams a question. The video is only 7 minutes, 17 seconds. She literally took 5 minutes exact to ask a question that was so damn loaded, okay, that it was like, what in the world are you talking about? Okay? Now, for sake of time, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but all you got to do is look up the title on this video by Forbes, okay, which is Trump has divided our country. That's what Mayor Adams says. But listen to what she has to say and listen to Mayor Adams' response.
The result is like our public schools are hemorrhaging families.
Yeah, our public schools are hemorrhaging families, but who is the one that's in charge of the public schools and who are the ones corrupting the public schools? Oh yeah, that's right, the Democrats in New York. Let's continue.
I mean, that's the reality. We are losing families who are losing faith in us.
Yeah, because you guys are indoctrinating their kids in schools, so they're definitely like saying, you know what, the hell with you, go kick rocks, we're leaving. Let's continue.
And we have At our largest middle school on the Upper West Side, we have one security officer, and
Well, that's because, once again, you Democrats don't want some sort of police presence in the schools. And it's funny that she has to say from the Upper West Side, when people that live on the Upper West Side are pretty well off and rich. Okay? So you come up with the idea to defund the police. You don't want any kind of security in school because it shows a presence of like a police force. You can't have that because all your damn liberal feelings get, that get butthurt. But then when crime starts getting out of control, you want to go and bring it up at a town hall meeting. Let's continue.
bless him, he comes to work when he's injured. He won't let us down for a moment. He is a human being. And we know other schools have had situations where they have also lacked that safety.
Once again, that's because you people, took it upon yourselves to hate the cops so damn much, to hate school patrols so damn much, that you took it out the schools, and now that the schools are running crazy, now all of a sudden you want to play the victim. You're going to go to the mayor who is actually for all that nonsense, and now you guys are going to try to make it seem like, what do we do? Nobody did this. You people brought this shit upon yourselves.
At the last moment before school started, as school is starting, we're hearing of families, sorry, we're not coming. We're bailing out of the system.
Of course.
And we believe in public school 100%.
Yeah, you believe in public schools because it's an indoctrination zone. A lot of people are leaving the public school system because you liberals screwed it up. And you keep screwing it up. Once again, they start the problem, and then when the problem gets out of control, they want help. It's your doing. It's by your doing.
And just to add to what we talked about at our table, I think what's so hard to understand is we have lonely older people, we have children who can't read, we have...
Once again, whose fault is that? You have children that can't read because you people are too busy teaching about transgenderism and racism in school, DEI and all that shit. How's that working out? How's it working out? Now it's a problem? Because now it affects you. If it didn't affect you, and the people like you that voted for it, if it was only affecting the people that you wanted it to affect, see, that's the problem with the Democrats. They start a problem, and as long as it goes according to plan, that it doesn't come to their doorstep, they're fine with it. They do not care who it affects. While at the same time, projecting onto others. And then when it gets out of control and it comes back, and their wickedness gets exposed, i.e. with what's happening with Mayor Adams, now it's a problem. Let's go.
Have something like the CUNY Reading Corps, which is going out to some schools, but why can't we just take all this neighborliness and all this goodwill and really channel it and do something big on a big...
Because your rendition of goodwill is basically everybody has to believe like a leftist, and do what they say, and that's being neighborly. If you don't, you attack us. You attack Trump. Now I'm only throwing a couple of my own thoughts into this. Like I said, the video is longer than this. I only played this part, so like that you can hear what Eric Adams has to say answering her question. Now, mind you, I said it's at 4:58. She literally started this at the beginning of the video. It took her 5 freaking minutes to ask this one question that was so damn loaded. And just by the little bit I showed you, that's all she did. She was explaining all the problems that are going on, that are brought upon New York, and the citizens of New York by leftist ideologies and policies. Listen to the way he answers this.
big scale.
First of all, I love your energy, and I thought everyone would give you a lot of love for, bringing all of that energy together. I thank you so much for that.
Okay, that's the first part. He basically was telling everybody to clap for her, right? Now check this out. Now you heard what the lady was saying. I pointed out everything that she was saying, why those things are happening. Because it's all leftist policies. Check this out.
Particularly in a day where, I believe, I don't want to be political, but I think Trump has divided this country beyond our imagination. And
You see? Everything that's happening in New York has nothing to do. Everything that she talked about has nothing to do with Donald Trump. He's not even president. This came out September 6th of last year, 2023. Has nothing to do with, New York has nothing to do with Trump. From their standards, they want nothing to do with Trump. But everything that's happening in New York, he says, is because Donald Trump divided the country. And then people applaud. But wait a minute. You have your own governor that makes up laws. You have your own mayor that makes up laws. You have your own district attorney that makes up laws. You have your own district, what do you call it? I forgot who the other person was. The attorney general, whatever you want to call it, that makes up their laws. You have all these leftists that make up all the laws in New York. New York is a cesspool of crime. And the only damn thing that comes out this man's mouth, okay, is because Donald Trump divided the country. Or maybe is that you was too busy in bed with some Turkish official, okay, running a scam with the NYPD, okay. AOC was in Chile, okay, doing her thing. Kathy Hochul was in bed with the Biden administration, letting all sorts of immigrants into the country and criminals into New York. Maybe it has something to do with that instead of, Donald Trump dividing the country. That's why I said, I truly believe that God chose Trump so that these wicked people, their wickedness just grows so damn much that their corruption follows, and it's coming to light. Let's continue a little more. We'll get to the next video.
I don't worry about him, I worry about us.
I'm going to go back just a little bit.
Be political, but I think Trump has divided this country beyond our imagination. And I don't worry about him, I worry about us. How do we come back again? And so you gave us a list of items. All I can say to you, don't be consumed about the enormity of the problems that we're facing. I do not wake up one day with all that is going on, and my team would tell you, from the days of COVID to the days of trending crime, there's not one day that I don't wake up saying, we got this. We got this.
See, yeah, we got this. Yeah, New York, you got this. Mayor Adams says you got this. You got this. But let's listen to what he had to say yesterday. Here we go.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false,
Of course.
based on lies.
Of course.
But they would not be surprising.
Of course not.
I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became for months.
Listen, you have made New York a target. Okay? You targeted New York. You see what I'm saying, people? He wants to put out this statement saying that he knew he was going to be a target. The man has been dealing with Turkish officials since as early as 2016. And he's saying that he's being targeted? This is the spin.
Leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week,
How's that
they
feel?
searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago.
Well, wait a minute. He feels that that's bad, but yet, when Donald Trump was running for president, and up until this day, they're still trying to dig up stuff from 30, 40 years ago. And that's okay? But you're upset that they're digging up evidence, okay? Actual facts of how scandalous the person that you put into power, or at least helped put into power, has a record that goes back 20 years? How's that feel?
It's 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent. I will request in immediate trials so the New Yorkers can hear the truth. New York.
You mean an immediate trial like you did for Donald Trump, so like that when he could explain his truth, all of you still went against him and said that he was lying, but you're gonna do it and you expect the people in New York to think that you're innocent? Right.
New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from. I have been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has continued as your mayor. Despite our pleas, when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief,
Wow.
I put the people of New York before party and politics.
All right, you heard what he said. He put the people of New York before party and politics. But yet, I put out a video months ago when he was confronted in the street by a man asking him a question about all the illegal immigration, and this pompous ass, okay, had the nerve to look at the man and say, I take it that your ancestors were Native American. That was his answer, basically saying, go kick rocks, I'm the mayor, we're gonna let in as many illegals as we want. Oh, and also, he pushed to register 800,000, okay, migrants to vote in New York elections. Okay? Also, he was the one that gave out debit cards, okay, to illegal migrants. Thousands of dollars per person collecting food stamps, okay, to the illegal migrants. Hotels being taken over. Spending money so all these illegal migrants can have scooters. Okay? Letting in the crime, the gangs to commit crime. As a matter of fact, there's parts of Queens where there's prostitution outside, and he's done nothing to clean it up. And you say you have New York's best interest? You say that you're going to help them? You say that you was going to be the mayor to change all that? But now that this scandal comes out, okay, you're going to go and spin it and turn it on its ear and make it seem like you cared? Or that you still care? Okay.
Now, if I am charged, many may say I should resign because I cannot manage the city while fighting the case. I can also understand how everyday New Yorkers would be concerned that I cannot do my job while I face accusation.
Well, I mean, it only goes hand in hand with the fact that you guys threw so many damn court cases against Trump to try to pull him and sway him away and try to make it seem like he was unfit to run for the presidency because he was going to be tied up in court dates and all that. So what's the difference now? They're saying that he can't run for presidency because of that, but you can still manage with all this floating over your head. You think you could still do a good job? New York is in shambles. Now your career's in shambles. Okay, with proof that's coming to light. And like I said, people, here comes the spin. He's over here making it seem like everything's fine. Like he said in the last video, we got this. Really? Okay.
But I have been facing these lies for months since I began to speak out for all of you and their investigation started. Yet the city has continued to improve.
No, the city has not continued to improve because Trump pointed it out during the presidential debate when Kamala Harris came out and said that the FBI claims that crime is down, okay, in the nation, but Trump came out and said that that's not true because they're not incorporating all the crime in all the blue states and blue cities, and everybody knows that New York has been a cesspool for crime, okay? Case in point, a police official came out and said that they've been complaining, okay, about the influx of the Venezuelan gangs since 2021, and they knew and they feared that it was going to get out of control the way it is now. But yet this man is still saying everything's fine. I tell you, wickedness has no shame. No shame. Okay? I'm going to show another video. Here we go. Okay, now this interview came out in April 3rd of last year, 2023. Listen to this.
Specifically about, sorry, one quick follow-up. Is it specifically about politicians? You mentioned Marjorie Taylor Greene or the former president stirring things up.
Well, people stir stuff up all the time, but, if you are prepared, you don't have to get prepared.
Okay, now I don't understand what the hell he meant by that. Okay, the reporter asked about Trump stirring things up, and he comes out and says, if you are prepared, you don't have to get prepared. Really? How's that working out right now for you?
And we are prepared. And
right.
The ability to shift the resources where they are needed, I think, is extremely unique to this police department. We can manage several different things at one time.
Wait a minute, you mean manage the fact that your police commissioner, whoever, had to retire because 20 years ago some dirt he did now is coming to light, so you had to get rid of him, which you just spoke about in the last video? Or the fact that you basically had New York City Police Department stand down with all the pro-Palestinian protests and all the chaos and havoc that it caused? Were you prepared for that? Is that what you're talking about, Mayor Adams? I mean, I don't know, people. Leave comments in the comment section. Let me know if that's the way, he's thinking.
In this department, and that's what we're doing. The police commissioner laid out a full plan with her executive team, and she's going to execute that plan based on the needs.
Mayor, I'm over here. What do you make of the spectacle of this next 24 hours? The former president letting all of his supporters know when he's wheels up from Florida, when he's landing in LaGuardia, basically putting New York at center stage once again as something of an unprecedented spectacle from a legal standpoint. What do you make of all of that?
Well, I'm not in control of that. I view this entire moment that we are in right now to one day be in the Museum of the City of New York. And I think this is another chapter in this experience, and that this administration is going to show how we manage not only national problems, but global problems as well.
Yeah, global problems. You mean like flying to Turkey, flying to China? You think that everything was going to be cut and dry last year, where you can smear Trump's name and put him in whatever museum you're talking about, or that you fast forward like to now, okay, September 25th, 26th of 2024, and now it looks like you're going to be in that museum as a spectacle, okay? You see, people did this. You can't make this up. The stuff that they said the stuff that they've done and they've said that other people have done, okay, they try to flip the script, but now all that truth is coming out, okay? So then he has to go out there and have people, Trump haters, support him during this whole spectacle he's talking about, okay? Well, I shouldn't say that spectacle, but what's going on now, okay? And even now I should say, okay, they still make it seem as if whatever's happening to their party is not right, but it makes you wonder that if it's not right for you, okay, why would it be right to do to Donald Trump? Check this out.
Stunning details revealed as federal prosecutors indict Mayor Adams. He is accused of taking bribes, committing wire fraud, and knowingly taking campaign donations from foreign nationals.
Adams is expected to appear in federal court tomorrow. He's vowing to fight the charges. Some of his allies are standing by him, while many New Yorkers are calling on him to resign. And before the indictment was unsealed, federal investigators conducted a pre-dawn search at Gracie Mansion.
And then crowds of supporters and opponents gathered outside. Jenna DeAngelis joins us live from Gracie Mansion with more on the chaotic scene that unfolded. Jenna.
Yeah, Maurice and Christine, it was quite the scene here outside the mayor's home. This morning, shortly after the indictment was unsealed, the mayor stepped out with supporters, but he was also joined with some who weren't here to hear him out.
Wait to hear our defense before making any judgment.
Backing Mayor Eric Adams in that plea to New Yorkers amid his historic indictment is prominent faith and civic leaders.
Stand here today with my leaders and one of the best mayors ever.
Just because an indictment come against you, it does not mean that you are guilty.
And that's the part that I wanted to show you people in the beginning of the video. Let's play it again, because it seems like when it comes to people on the left, just because they're being indicted, it does not mean that they're guilty. But wait a minute, everybody keeps saying that Trump was indicted 152,000 times. But, I mean, then shouldn't it fall suit to him? Because all those indictments, all those charges, all those court cases are falling apart. But the left still keeps saying, damn it, that Trump is guilty. Now, shouldn't it fall suit the same way? Just because he's been indicted doesn't mean he's guilty. He has been indicted, okay? But they've never charged him with anything in order for him to go to prison. Because it's all falling apart. It's all bullshit. I'll play it again.
From the moment the mayor took to the podium, he was met with shouting from the crowd.
Oh, sorry, I'll go back just a little bit.
Just because an indictment come against you, it does not mean that you are guilty.
But from the moment the mayor took to the podium, he was met with shouting from the crowd.
The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty.
Hecklers continued as the mayor's supporters spoke, including NAACP leader Hazel Dukes, who
You know, it's funny, he's got people screaming at him, and all he could do is smile and give a thumbs up. And have all these people, okay, back him up. And it's like, do you not hear what the people are telling you? They don't want you. Now you're surrounded by scandal. You failed the people in New York, you're surrounded by scandal, and you say, I'm not going anywhere. Does it sound like anybody familiar? Yeah, his name is Gavin Newsom in California. The same thing. Even when they had a recount, okay, he stuck to his guns and stayed there, knowing that the people didn't want him. As a matter of fact, if I'm wrong, somebody bring it up, but when that was going on, I believe that the night of the election, of the recall, they only counted, they were only at about 32% of counting ballots, you know, to figure it out, and they called it. They didn't even get to 50%, only like 32%, and they called it. Basically what they said was, screw you, I'm staying, you guys wasting your time voting to get me out. And this man is doing the same thing.
Hecklers continued as the mayor's supporters spoke, including NAACP leader Hazel Dukes, who clapped back.
Would you be quiet? Would you shut up?
Yeah, and that's the NAACP, okay, who's supposed to be for the minorities. And obviously there are probably minority people in there. Okay, I'm not even going to say minorities. They're constituents, okay, because you could be black, white, whatever, and support the NAACP. But it's like they're telling you, we're disgusted. And all you could do is say, shut up. Can you be quiet? Wait a minute. Why is it that when anybody on the left, like, I don't know, the pro-Palestinian protesters can pretty much say whatever the hell they want, where the hell was the NAACP telling them to keep it down, be quiet, don't riot? Oh no, you couldn't do that. Because that was going against their constitutional rights. Wow.
Brother, this is a 92-year-old elder. Show us some respect.
No. Bullshit. Okay? See? There you go. This is a 92-year-old elder. Then what the hell is she doing out there telling somebody to be quiet and shut up? She knows what she's up against. She's been doing it for years, for decades probably. They know what battles they're fighting. Okay? It's all about protest with the NAACP. And just because she's backing you up, now you're going to go and again back her up by telling people to shut up, have some respect, or whatever the hell the case is? This is what I'm saying, people. The Democrats do not care about their own. They'll use you and then spit you right the hell out.
He's going to have his day in court.
Yeah.
And we're going to stand by here.
Resign! Resign! Resign!
Hawk Newsom, co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York, even before sounding off here, has been vocal against the mayor.
And who did she say this was? Hold on one second. Let's play that again.
Resign! Resign!
Hawk Newsom, co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York, even before sounding off here, has been vocal against the mayor.
Hold on. Co-founder of Black Lives Matter of New York is getting into a shouting match, okay, airing out his grievances against a Democrat mayor who is being backed up by the NAACP, who are clapping back. But whoa, wait a minute, people. Shouldn't the NAACP be for Black Lives Matter, and shouldn't Black Lives Matter be for the NAACP? And they're at each other's throats? That's what I said. And I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. The Democrats eat themselves. They use each other, and when it doesn't fit their narrative 100%, they eat each other.
I am not here to convict him criminally. I am here to convict him civilly and to say that he is unfit to manage the dealings of New York City.
The mayor is trying to get out ahead of this, and he's surrounded by longtime allies. But yet it turns into this, circus-like atmosphere that we've.
Yeah, why? Because you have statements made like this, and this is one of the problems, okay, with people on the left. And I'll play this one more time.
Has been vocal against the mayor.
I am not here to convict him criminally. I am here to convict him civilly.
You see? That's the problem with the Democrat Party. That's the problem with Democrat voters. That's the problem with people on the left. That they won't convict you criminally, but they'll convict you civilly. In other words, they'll shame you, but no, we won't put you in jail. But yet they want everybody that's not on their side to be put in jail. They want people that are not on their side to call out the bad actors on their side and run them through the dirt, okay, because that's the right thing to do for democracy. But they won't do it. And people wonder why more and more people are leaving the Democrat Party. And it's because of the double standard, the hypocrisy, okay, the corruption, the wickedness, the lies. It's all that. Maybe if you convicted somebody on your side criminally, okay, without a shadow of a doubt that they're guilty, maybe you'd have a little more people, a few more people that will listen to you a little more and say, you know what, okay, you are trying to do the right thing. But no, he's fighting for Black Lives Matter, but won't convict the black man criminally, okay? And then you got the NAACP telling this man, be quiet, shut up, don't speak to your elders like that. I tell you, people, you can't make this up. You just can't make this up. Okay? I mean, like I said, I truly believe, okay? I truly believe that God is using Trump so the Democrats could just implode on their own. So all their wickedness could just keep coming out, because that's all you see. They are so busy projecting onto Donald Trump and to the patriots of this country, the MAGA movement, that they've gotten so complacent with their own that it's coming out in the open more and more, and now they're like just rats running, trying to hide, trying to flee that sinking ship, you know. And I was watching a quick clip, excuse me, by Cenk Uygur, and he's trying to make light of this, like, oh, it's this and that, yada yada yada. I mean, the guy's a freaking moron, okay? But he's saying that, oh, you know, Eric Adams is like, you know, the first mayor being indicted. They forgot about this one, you know. But I guess basically what he's trying to say, that, you know, until proof comes out, okay, there's not really much that anybody can do, or something to that effect. But then I started thinking about David Dinkins of New York, okay? And one thing that I noticed doing some research on David Dinkins, it's something that reminded me of Eric Adams. And I'll show you real quick. Here we go. It says right here, David Dinkins, New York City's first black mayor, faced a significant controversy during his tenure, particularly surrounding the Crown Heights riots in 1991. Critics argued that Dinkins restrained the police, which they believed allowed the violence to escalate and harm the Jewish community in Crown Heights. Does any of this sound familiar? What has been going on in New York? That's right. Mayor Adams has been tying the police department's hands, letting the pro-Palestinian protesters do whatever they want, and who are they attacking? You got that right. Can't make this shit up, people. I'm not making it up. It's right there. Okay? And then it says, this criticism followed him for years and was the subject of investigation and a federal class action suit. I tell you, you know, the Democrats are notorious for trying to hide scandals, but one thing will remain truth. Out of many things, one thing will remain truth. Okay? And that is basically, the more you try to hide the truth, the more you try to erase history, whatever, you're bound to repeat it. And if you ask me, it's being repeated once again in New York, because it's being run by who? Democrats. By Democrats. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. One more quick thing I want to show you, going to my channel. Okay, this was the video that I put out last night. Once again, a video on Biden, and it's bombing. Okay, it's only been seen 64 times. I go to the analytics, and it's only been pushed out 422 times. Okay. Like I said before, every single time I put out a video about Biden, about Kamala Harris, or I merge it with the immigration crisis, whatever, it's not pushed out. So, what I did, okay, so anybody that watches this video, I know that a lot of you share my content, but I made it easier, okay? I'll show you right now. When you go onto the video now, okay, I'm just going to click on it. I'm not going to play it.
Time is your most precious resource.
Okay? When you go down to share, I changed the link, which I can do. There's no problem with that. Now when you copy it, if you press copy, all you got to do, let's say you go on Facebook or wherever you go that you have a social media platform, and you press paste, every time somebody clicks on it, it'll direct them right to YouTube. They won't watch it on that social media platform, it'll direct it right here. So I'm asking everybody to watch the video again and put that video on blast. And as a matter of fact, at the end of this video, I'm going to put it as my end screen. So if you want to watch it again, go right ahead. If you want to put it on repeat, whatever the case is, make your own playlist, do it, because people need to understand, okay? You're not going to hide the truth with all the wickedness and all the evil that Biden and Harris and this whole leftist agenda is implementing on the people and around the world. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop the truth from coming out. Okay? That's it. Plain and simple. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, pass the channel around. If you can help support the channel, there's a link in my description to my Cash App and my merch store, and I'll leave a link in the description to Loza Alexander's Give, Send, Go campaign if you can help him out in any way. So remember, people, stay vigilant, keep praying for each other, keep praying for the women and the children, keep praying for this country, pray for your enemies, pray for Donald Trump, and don't forget to get out there and vote and take people with you, especially the young people. If they're at that age, 18 years old, they don't know, who they want to vote for, show them both sides. Okay? Show them what's going on. Let them make the decision. But make sure that they get out there and vote too. Remember, they're the future. Peace.